All right, let's do an update on SUI. So around 380. After revisiting the 786 at 422, you can see our two high wicks here over the past couple of weeks. Look back left here from last December, our low close. That low close support flipped to resistance here in January, and we just retested it again. So if we move down, I think a good spot to enter seems to me like that 618, around 350. You can see our previous high close from April, just a handful of weeks ago. High wicks as well. Low wicks back here. So low support, new resistance, breakthrough. If we go back, it's only about 8% lower from here. Let's double check. Yeah, so we're maybe a little bit less even. What we wouldn't want to see is really much lower. You ideally wouldn't want to take out this close. So that's at 327. If we start to do that, like maybe we have, the 0.5 to hang our hats on. Like I would assume Bitcoin's going back to like mid 90s if we were going to do that. That's a pretty big drop. That's 20% from current prices. And from the highs, just not real likely a 30% move down based on said 70% candle here. All right, so that's the macro weekly, and look at the fib got near the 1618 back in January. So just a big move up, hesitation here. We'd like to see maybe just a little bit more hesitation, kind of retest these highs before continuation and to maybe new price discovery. Let's go into the 3-day. You can see that same zone. You can probably remove that guy. Similar vibes, right? This looks like we just broke out to, obviously new local highs. Previous breakdown point. 350 still looks like a pretty good number if we come down here a little bit more. We're relatively close now, right? We could easily get there if Bitcoin just even goes to like 99K or 100K. If it does it quick, could just have a little dramatic effect. And keep in mind, the volatility here could just be with a wick and done. And then, kind of rebound again to either a 20 to 50% weekly candle or 3-day candle. Like we're on a 3-day here. 50% in 3 days is eye-opening. You don't want to miss those, right? So the next, let's say we go down to the 618 here. 45% gets you to all-time highs. So let's reality check there. You don't want to miss those. Don't be too greedy on your buys. Like dollar cost average if you have to. Buy some here, buy some a little bit lower, buy some a little bit lower. If it goes lower, then, I don't know. They never make it easy, do they? $3, that'd be like kind of a pivot. I would definitely not buy lower than that until we get like, maybe we come all the way full retrace. I would assume Bitcoin's really kicking the bucket there. Don't anticipate anything that low. I really don't anticipate anything underneath that low. That would be start to where I would get concerned. That low 333 on the 3-day, right? We shouldn't hold, even with the wick, shouldn't be going much lower than that. But, I think buys between where we're at now and, 350, I think it seems like a good spot. Let's check volume here, right? Volume looks good here. On balance volume. This is what we're using, right? We have, the highs back here, right? High and higher highs. Higher highs in price, higher highs in OBV. That's what you want to see. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's see, how about the Gaussian channel? Still red, but we're in the bullish section at least. High resistance at the high top of the Gaussian channel. Again, going down here is where you'd want to hold. 325. This kind of backs up the bullish nature of the price action here. And that would be where we get more concerned if we break under there. So as of right now, that's 320, that median line there. For what that's worth. Bollinger Bands, still pretty far apart, but you can see that bottom one kind of curling in, indicating it wants to consolidate a little bit, which I still think 350 is seemingly a good spot based on all this stuff we're talking about. We turn on the EMAs, price action above all moving averages, always bullish. Top Bollinger Band, bullish. Just looks real good. If you can go into the daily, Still looks good here. Closing under the EMA 8. Likely need a couple more days minimum of consolidation if we do that, just like we did back here. One close. Then we had about a week of sideways, relatively. We tapped almost onto 21. So the 21 EMA is 357. You're noticing the confluence around the 350 level. The 618's right there. Previous highs. That seems like where we'd want to go. SUI to the high side. $11 is the 1618. I'd imagine we could get there this cycle, right? That's, I mean, shit, that's only 3x away. I would imagine that would do pretty good. Do we dare look at higher targets? 34. Okay, now we're knocking on some big doors. 30. That'd be a high market cap. I don't know if we're that lucky, but you can see the macro back here. You know, somewhere between 11 and 26. That little number. We'll have to see how soon SUI breaks the all-time high kind of levels here. Right, look at that. Going back to the 1618 there. If we can break out of here on the next move up, right, and not hesitate anymore, then maybe we can break this a little bit. Otherwise, I mean, that's at least a good initial target to kind of check left and right. But in the meantime, if you're looking to buy more, I think that 350 makes sense.